Right. So let me talk about a kite. A kite is defined as a quadrilateral that's formed by two distinct pair of congruent and adjacent sides. Okay, so what that means is if we take a pair of congruent and adjacent sides, so here's in blue or in red, congruent and adjacent, and then in green, another pair of congruent and adjacent sides. Okay, this is my kite. So this is how you form a kite. Okay, when you look at a kite, there's a couple different relationships that you guys should have come across when you were looking things up. What were some of the properties that you found with respect to kites? Okay, good. So when you draw in the diagonals, so connecting non-consecutive vertices, these diagonals are going to be perpendicular to each other. So you know that the diagonals of a kite are perpendicular. Now let's stay with the diagonals. So there's another relationship that occurs with respect to the diagonals. Did anybody see that when they were researching? Okay, so when you draw in the diagonal that connects these congruent sides, I'll call these the diagonal from the intersection of congruent sides. What does it do to the other diagonal? It's going to bisect that other diagonal. And so when we draw this diagonal, the one that connects the intersections of the equal sides, it's going to bisect the other diagonal. Now, they're not mutual. They're not bisecting each other, because if they were, then they would be what? What kind of shape would it be? A rhombus, right? So it is possible for a kite. A kite can be a rhombus, okay, just like a rhombus can be a square, okay, but it's not always going to be. So all you know is that the diagonal connecting the intersections of these perpendicular sides is going to bisect the other diagonal. Okay, but it also does one more thing. So this same diagonal this diagonal is also going to bisect the angle formed there. So each of these angles is bisected. So the diagonal from the intersection of the perpendicular sides is going to bisect each of those angles. Okay. All right, there's one last relationship. Did anybody find any other relationship they can identify for us? The final relationship. Yeah, Olivia? Good. So the angles formed by, and I'm just going to refer to them as the non-congruent sides, are going to be congruent. Okay, so that means that this whole angle right here and this whole angle right here are equal to each other.